The Reds rout the Pirates in three as key hits hide major offensive issues. Help is on the way, though, as the Mariners navigate their way into Cincinnati for a three-game series. Can the Reds keep rolling? More next on Reds Access. Welcome to Reds Access Series Preview, previewing upcoming series throughout the 2025 season. If you're a Reds fan like myself or my co-host Kyler Osterberger on Reds Access, subscribe to us here on YouTube and be entered into a contest to win an authentic Reds MLB shop hat, as well as a $20 Skyline gift card. Also, follow us across most platforms at Reds Access, Instagram Reds_Access, and TikTok at Reds Access Official. The Reds host Seattle Mariners after a strong showing against the Pirates, getting back to 500 ball for the first time since I believe that would be April of last year. So it's been a while for the Reds. Pirate series, just really quick. This is a series breakdown dedicated to the upcoming series, but I do want to touch on last series really quick. I do feel like the pitching really led the way again, and some key hits really hid some offensive woes. So, of course, Hunter Green was dominant and electric again. I believe it went 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, just absolutely mesmerizing. I think all of MLB Network has been talking about him all week. What a stud Hunter Green is. The bats, man, the Reds bats still aren't getting it done. So there were key hits from Espinal. Of course, De La Cruz had that awesome grand slam on his bobblehead night. But the pitching won the series. Scores are 5-3, 5-2, and 4-0. There was never really a chance. I felt like the Reds were going to lose it besides the first game early, or rather late. But they never really, I felt, dominant either. I think they had a couple games where they had less hits than runs, just took advantage of key moments, which that's what you need from a good team. But the Reds offense is really struggling. That leads us into the Mariners series. So some key points on the Reds offense. The Reds offense is currently in the bottom of multiple categories across baseball. They are 29th in league average, or in team average. They are hitting exactly 200 as a team. The only team that's worse is the team that just swept the Pirates. They are 27th in OPS, a couple teams worse than them, including the Pirates, at 592, and 28th in on-base percentage. There's some key contributors who aren't producing for the Reds. Mainly it's Christian Encarnacion Strand at a 498 OPS, Jeimer Candelario at a 424 OPS. TJ Friedl, despite having a higher average, being one of our more productive bats, only have a 651 OPS. And Spencer Steer, or the husk of Spencer Steer, now sits at a 397 OPS. The only above average OPSs on the team is an unqualified hitter, and actually are both unqualified hitters, and Austin Wynns with a 160 OPS plus, and Matt McClain with a 134 OPS plus. Now, the Mariners, in contrast, do have some hitters. Now, you know the names: Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh. There are names on the Mariners that are big-time bats. But they do have a team OPS plus of 104. So they are an above-average team to hit, or an above-average hitting team. And this is going to be a test on our pitching, mainly because the Mariners' pitching is so good. Before we get into the Mariners-Reds series, I know we've talked about the Pirates already. I want to touch on how good this Reds staff has been. You saw the thumbnail. It is a three-eyed dragon, a three-headed dragon that is currently propelling the Reds to a 500 record for the first time since, I believe, April 8th of last year. So they're third in team ERA, but they are first in WHIP. They're allowing less than a runner an inning at .92. They are first in opposing average. Teams are only hitting 184 against them. And of the three big names, Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo, and Brady Singer, Hunter Green has 1.5 WAR already. He's only given up 3 runs in 4 starts. That it was only on 16 base runners over 28 innings. Nick Lodolo, looking to keep up to Hunter Green, and hopefully does tomorrow or today when you're watching this, 0.9 WAR himself, off to a great start. And Brady Singer has only given up 6 runs in 17 innings, has been off to a super strong start as well. The note with Singer, though, is it is almost 50-50 the Reds offense scoring runs that Singer is in, or rather when Singer is pitching. They've scored almost as many runs in the 3 games he's pitched as they have in every other game he has not pitched this season, which is incredible. I think it's like 28 runs to, I guess it's probably low 30s now, but it's pretty close. It's definitely close. The bullpen has been just as good. So Ian Jabot has given up only 1 run outside of his opening day blow up, and I felt at the time I was hating the guy. But later on, Ian Jabot got to talking, and Ian Jabot says, he does the interview after opening day, and he says everybody else did their job and he didn't do his. He took accountability for it, and I respect that. Graham Ashcraft hasn't given up any earned runs in 7 1/3. He's looked great out of the bullpen. Tony Santillan, 1 earned run through 9.2 innings, 9 Ks. And I think that 1 earned run was a solo shot during the Pirates series, if I'm not mistaken. And Scott Barlow really is the only concern of the guys that are eating innings, but he really only got hit hard his last outing. Overall, he's been good. Just early on in the season, those bad outings really are overrepresented on bullpen ERAs. The Reds have some injuries coming back. He notes Sam Mull was added to a 15-day IL for a elbow discomfort or something like that, and that is probably just making roster room for Alexis Diaz, who is slated to return. He's had his fair share of issues in his rehab starts. Did give up some hard contact last time out, but he did throw a lot of strikes, which he says what he was trying to do. So I hope he is ready to go. That opens up a different can of worms of who's the closer, and we've talked about it a lot in this channel over the last few weeks. I don't think Pagan has done anything to lose the job. I would be shocked if Diaz comes in and is immediately the closer after how he struggled in AAA during his rehab assignment. The two big ones, though, you're looking for coming back from injury are Matt McLain and Austin Hayes. So, first of all, great to have him back. Austin Hayes should be a great protection bat for Elly De La Cruz. Obviously not going to hit you 30 home runs or even 20 home runs, but he's a doubles machine. He's a productive bat. He's an above-average major league hitter, and that's what matters. McLain going to hit in front of Elly De La Cruz, so you can't put him on either. So McLain will get even more pitches to hit as well. So that 2, 3, 4, the Reds lineup, 1, takes strain off guys like Candelario, who should move down, and 2, hopefully makes us a close to league average lineup with the pitching we have is a super competitive lineup or a super competitive team to have such great pitching, even an average lineup. I think we can definitely compete. So who gets sent down for McLain and Hayes is kind of my concern. Jacob Hurtubise probably moves. They've given him all a couple at-bats this season. I think 10 at-bats total. The question is who the second guy is. So there's guys like Marte, who's been called up and I think has played very well in his time back. Spencer Steer, I don't think is healthy at all. I know Steer's never – they were talking about it a couple games ago. I don't know if Steer's ever going to be back to the Spencer Steer we saw when he first came up. But he could be a productive hitter, and he was a productive hitter last year. He is not productive right now. He is not healthy. He needs to get right. Even if it's just rest or working him up to speed, please do that. Put him on the IL. Take that time to get better. The other concern is Christian Encarnacion Strand is apparently hurt with a back and hamstring issue, which I hope is not them saying, oh, that's why he can't hit the high fastball he chases because of his back. He has serious chase rate problems. And I'll be the first one to tell you I love Encarnacion Strand. I've got plenty of Encarnacion Strand. I don't know if you can see with the green screen. Probably not. But I have a couple Encarnacion Strand autographs, collect his card specifically. I want him to figure it out. I want him to work it out, but he's just not doing it right now. And we definitely need him to. So Steer or CS definitely goes to the injured list. And Hurtubise, I think, gets DFA'd, or rather option. I think he has options left. Let's jump into the Mariners series. You'll see I have the series breakdown you've probably been looking at that we make here at Reds Access. Just going over the next series. So surging Reds looking to wreck the Mariners. I thought of that one myself at home. So first of all, it is Luis Castillo v. Nick Lodolo tomorrow at 6:40 or today at 6:40. Castillo, 2.12 ERA. Pretty impressive considering that he usually struggles early in the year, especially in cold weather. It could be he was away from home for those games. I didn't look and see where he pitched, rather. But I did notice that we are a high of 53 in Cincinnati tomorrow, despite being 70 and sunny today. So I'd imagine Luis Castillo might struggle a little bit with finding that changeup, which he's so devastatingly known for. So we're going to see a lot of fastballs from Luis Castillo. I think he throws a sinker. I hope Reds hitting can hit it. Of course, I'm kind of worried the Chris Valaika syndrome that's going on, where we're late on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. That is infuriating. Reds actually lead the league in soft contact, last in the league in hard contact by I think it's like a 5% margin or something. It's not really close. That's a problem. But hopefully we get right tomorrow, knowing what's coming. Castillo's had a really good start to the year, as mentioned. Last game went 5, walked 2, 5 hits, but no runs. So he's been really productive, of course, with a 2.12 ERA. But he's definitely seen his strikeout numbers dip in the last couple of years, comparatively to the strikeout machine he was in Cincinnati, really over the last 2 years. He's going against Nick Lodolo, who's second best pitcher in by WAR in the MLB, behind, of course, our own Hunter Green, Cy Young favorite at this point, I believe. Lodolo's had a really strong start to the year as well. He's only given up 13 base runners in 18 innings. Ks have fallen off hard. I think he has 8 strikeouts total, but of course, if you're getting outs, I don't care how you're getting them. He has a 4.42 ERA plus going into the year so far. 4.42 is insane. Of course, that's not going to stick around, but it is just awesome to consider. I think I actually I'm looking here. I think I may have put OPS plus. I definitely did. I'll need to edit that on my posts on social media. I definitely put OPS plus on there. But anyways, I'd expect a pitcher's duel in this game. Hoping the Reds can put runs on the board against the heavy fastball changeup combo of Castillo, especially if McLean and Hayes do back. 2 really strong hitters, I think, protect De La Cruz and allow him to succeed. That goes into game 2, also at 6:40, that one being on Wednesday. That is against Bryce Miller. Miller's had a tough year. He's allowed 23 base runners in 16 innings. Definitely the most hittable arm in the rotation right now for the Mariners. He's at a 4.5 ERA, 79 ERA plus. I want to preface, I think the Reds win game 1. I think Lodolo pitches a strong game. Now it is lefty v righty, but Lodolo's got the stuff to get those outs. Game 2 is the game the Mariners have the best chance to win, in my opinion. Going against Nick Martinez, 6.06 ERA, mainly due to the 3 home runs given up in 3 games so far. 71 ERA plus. I look for him to get right this game. He's pitched pretty well. The problem is we've let him go into the 6th and 5th innings. He has been dominant like the first 4 innings and just not been able to get the outs the 3rd time through. I hope we've learned from that. I hope we have a bullpen that's ready for that. And I hope we can get Martinez out of there before he creates issues in the game. So game 2 is a toss-up for me. Not sure where the Reds finish with that one. I do know the Reds should score the most runs in game 2, so hopefully Martinez can keep us in that game. That leads to game 3, day game on Thursday. Brian Wu v. Brady Singer. So Wu's looked good. He's getting a couple home runs this year, but he's really looked good. He's a contact pitcher, doesn't really get a lot of strikeouts, and doesn't really walk a lot of guys. But he's seen walk spikes so far this year, which is maybe something to be of concern with, and hopefully something the Reds can exploit. Similarly, Singer doesn't really walk a lot of guys, and overall has not walked a lot of guys in his career, but he's definitely seen some command issues, especially in last start. Now, both teams had command issues last start, so I'm not sure if it's something to do with the weather or otherwise. But he's had a 135 FIP, and he would be the best pitcher on a lot of staffs right now. I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Brady Singer. Hoping to go out there and get it done against a young pitcher in Wu, who I believe is in his 3rd season. That is a game just by the stats the Reds should win as well. So the question here is like, do you look at the pitching or the hitting for these teams? And you have to look at both. The Reds as a team have a 64 OPS plus. The Mariners have a 104. So the Mariners will out-hit the Reds. The question is the Reds staff 40% better than the Mariners staff? And I think the answer is yes. You look at the Red staff overall, I talked about it earlier. The bullpen has been absolutely nails, and you're getting 3 of our best pitchers, or 2 of our best pitchers in the series. Of course, you're just missing Green and whoever the 5th guy is going to be added from now on. You're missing them, of course. But overall, you're getting some of the best pitchers we offer. Of course, the bullpen's great. I think overall the Reds get right. I also think getting 20% of your starting lineup back that you were expecting on opening day helps bring you into that 70 to 80 OPS plus category. And if you can stay at 70 to 80 OPS plus with a 140, 150 ERA plus, you can be a competing team. You're not going to, pitching wins games, especially down the stretch in August, September. So I definitely think that the Reds can compete, and I think they can win this series. And this is a good test series because the Mariners are expecting to be a good team this year, and we'll see what the Reds are made out of as we move towards this 3-game set. But this has been series preview from Reds Access. I do these or try to do these most series. Not been able to or won't be able to for the next one. I will be out of town. But we try to do these regularly and just going over different format for you guys. I call this more of a quick format show. I'm trying to break in a little bit into some other opportunities and trying to give you guys just a different look at how we can provide content. Feel free to give your feedback in the comments below. Of course, we always welcome you to engage with us on social media at Reds Access across most platforms. Comments help us out a ton. And again, don't forget, if you're watching at this point, feel free to subscribe, hit the bell. If you do subscribe, you are getting access to a giveaway when the Reds make the playoffs. That is a MLB.com Reds Authentic hat and a $20 Skyline gift card. All you have to do is have a public profile so we can view that you subscribed, and all of our visible subscribers will be entered into a pool. So we're really excited to do that. But rounding third and headed for home, for Kyler Osterberger, myself, and you guys will be getting a double episode tomorrow between the podcast and this Reds series preview. So go Reds, and talk to you guys next time.